Hi, Jenny.
To the top of my
Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And I
You.
see my friend Helen is on. I invited her to the
Yay.
call.
Wonderful.
Hi. Oh, Cynthia, Garrett, Sarah, all kinds of familiar
Nice to meet you,
faces.
sir.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi there.
All the way from London.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Gareth, we
Wouldn't
saw
miss it.
Sue and Jim. They said they had a nice time with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's lovely to see him.
Yeah.
Hi, Michael. How are you doing?
Good, very well. And I'm here with my wife, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Hi.
We're in California.
Okay, great. I see Helen. We haven't met. How are you, Helen?
Me, Helen, or the other Helen?
You, Helen.
Got
Oh,
multiple.
hi. I'm a friend of Jenny D's.
Oh, okay, great.
Wow.
Hi, Frank. Good to see you.
Marjorie.
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not going to make the trip, but I wanted to check in, say hi to everybody. Hi, Gareth.
Hi
Hi,
there.
Helen.
okay. Hi,
Hi,
Sam.
Sarah.
Hi,
Haven't seen
Kathleen.
Sarah in a long time.
Hi, Marjorie.
Hello. Hello. How are you, Sean?
Wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Hi, everybody.
Wow. Look at
Hey,
this.
Sean.
Is Stephen coming on board?
No, Stephen is at the Poisson Rouge attending some jazz event.
Uh-huh.
Right. It's still
I
going
see
on.
Gary and Kath in San Diego. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Long time.
Hi, Sarah.
There's TM. Hi, TM.
Yeah.
All
You might
right.
notice something. You might recognize that, Sean.
Yeah, well,
Hey.
Second page.
there's Don. We have so many veterans here.
Yeah.
Well, are people still coming in the door, Banning?
Yeah. We still got a couple more.
Let's give people a couple minutes. Ding dong.
Wow.
30.
Marty.
I think I know almost everybody.
Mandy Howell. All right.
One of my cousins is on. She's iPhone Natu. She's got her. She's muted and she doesn't have her picture up, but she's in Canada.
Oh,
So
okay. Not to?
Natu. She goes.
Uh-huh.
Her name's Natalie.
Ah, but she goes by not to.
She probably goes by Natalie.
Oh,
I'll let her speak to that. I don't know.
all
She
right.
could-
Hi,
Hey,
Susie.
Sean, I think you missed me.
Hey,
Hi.
Cynthia. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
¿Cómo está?
Cynthia.
Bien, bien. Greetings from the beautiful Mexican Riviera.
Oh, how
Oh.
nice.
Nice. Nice.
Saludos.
Are you
I've
cooking?
enjoyed the warm weather versus Chicago, where I just came from a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-huh. Lucky you.
Anyway, great to see everybody.
Yes.
Patricia Tang.
Well, I think
Oh, well, there's
people are still coming in.
they sure are.
Banny, it's just a frame of 1, 2, 3, 4
But you've
times
got
3.
we're filling two screens at
Yeah.
this point.
You got to use the arrow.
Oh, I
Right.
see.
It's a crowd.
Patricia
I see.
Tang, nice to see you.
Hi,
Senegal
Christy. Hi,
expert.
Helen. Good to see you guys. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
You made it.
Wow.
Hi, Kate. Haven't met you yet.
Hi.
This is quite
Okay, I think we've got a very full house.
yeah, that's a good
Let's
turnout.
get going. So exciting to see all of you who are interested in our Afropop tour to Senegal in 2027. We're super jazzed. In fact, Banny and I are going to Senegal in about 2 weeks to do kind of a rehearsal trip, a trial run of the trip. And so we're buzzing about returning to Senegal
Unmute.
and more people. Well, I want to just start by introducing, if you don't know, Banning Air, our senior producer on the far top left, and Sarah Sponzo, who is our trip advisor, who many of you know from past trips. And I'm just curious, can I see a show of hands? Who of you guys have been on Afropop tours to Africa before? Raise your hand.
Quite a few.
All right, about more than half. That's great. So that's a huge testament to the value of what we do, that we have people coming back. Thank you for that. I think I'd just like to get another poll. How many of you all have been to Africa before? Can I see a raised hand on that? So maybe, geez, almost everybody. Good for you. How many have been to Senegal before? Only about 3 or 4. Okay.
You got to look at both screens, Sean.
Pardon?
You got to look at both screens.
Both screens.
Yeah, there's
Okay. I don't have that technology together. Okay, another question. How many of you guys know the music of Youssou N'Dour? Everybody.
Birama.
All right. How about Baba Mal?
Oh,
My God. So you guys know your music. That's good.
Thanks to you.
Right.
Orchestra Baobab.
Orchestra Baobab.
oh, of course.
Yeah. And we could go on and on. How about Chion Sek? Less well known,
Yes.
but still some people know. He's
Yeah.
one of our favorite.
The first time Yasser N'Dour was recorded, I think, was sick when he was about 16. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
Oh, with Orchestra Baobab, yeah. Well, actually, no.
That was
Sek
really
was with Baobab. He was with Etoile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me jump right in. You don't need a lot of introduction. Most of you all know me and Banning and our tours, but we've been organizing these Afropop tours since 1997. Was our first trip to Senegal, actually, and then on to Mali and to Cuba and to Madagascar, Tanzania, more recently Tanzania. I'm the creator of the series, and I've been producing them and leading them all. Banning has been on some of the tours. And I first went to Senegal in 1987 on a reporting trip for Afropop Worldwide, and I immediately fell in love with the city and the music and the people. It's truly a gem in the crown of Africa, I think, one of the most exciting musical destinations anywhere, bar none. And I saw when I was there, met Baba Mal, met Lemzo Jamino, hung out with Dudu and Gyros, the great Sabar leader, and so on. And many of these artists are still active. And the fast forward now to 2026, from our connecting with people there, did you know that in Dakar on any given Saturday night, there's 25 groups performing? And so it's a happening scene, and there's 10 recording studios of international quality. So we have our it's going to be a real embarrassment of riches, put it that way. And what we will be doing is we'll be going out to the nightclubs to see the artists in their local scene with the well-dressed local fans doing fantastic dancing. And but we'll also do private kind of encounters with the artists, like we always do on our trips, where we have special experiences that we make happen. And Banny and I on our trip to this February, we'll be talking to Baba Mal. He's already in touch with us about what we want to do. Youssou N'Dour will be talking to. We can't guarantee anything. Artists are artists. If they get a gig to go perform at the Royal Albert Hall, I think they'll do that. But we'll do the best we can to line them up while we're gone. The other thing that I'd just like to say about Senegalese music is they really stand out in terms of the young artists deeply respect the roots of their own music. It's called Mbalach music. That's what Youssou N'Dour does. He does kind of a global version of Mbalach, emphasis on the ch. And so they, unlike other African countries where they kind of drifted into this sort of Afrobeats world of very derivative American hip hop and R&B and stuff, which is God bless them. They're doing great work and they're making African music globally successful. But it's a different scene in Dakar where it's much more roots based music, which is my and Banning's personal preferences in terms of African music. See, what else would I like to say? So along the way, we'll be seeing some cool things. You know, every Afropop tour starts with a fish market. We like fish markets, like we did in Tanzania. We'll go to the Marché Poisson de Joff, where on our first morning, our first city tour, we'll be going to this very frenetic scene where the fishermen bring in their catch of the night and in the beautifully painted boats, and we'll enjoy just soaking up the scene. We're going to go to the Mosque de la Divinité, this beautiful mosque that's built right on the seaside, which I actually never been. I've only admired it from a distance, but we'll go there. We'll go to Gorée Island, of course, the infamous Gorée Island, which is a slaving entrepot, and must give our respect to Gorée Island. So it'll be a mix of seeing sights, but also doing special things along the way. And just so you know, Dakar is it's a city of about 3 million people perched on the Atlantic Ocean, right at the edge, the western edge of Africa, and it's a very multi-ethnic city. There's people from the north who come. They're the Tukulor. There's the people from the south of the country who come. The Casamance people, the Jollof people. They're the people from the middle part, the Serer. So, like any major metropolitan, cosmopolitan city in the world, people gravitate to the main city, whether it's New York or Sao Paulo or Lagos or wherever, for opportunity, for jobs, and so on. And a lot of energy. People who get there, they have to have a lot of energy to survive. So people are proud. They look good. They like to dress well. They're friendly. I'm speaking generally, of course. But there's this spirit, but they're very proud in Senegal of the taranga, which means hospitality. If you've come all the way to their country, they want you to have a good time. They want you to appreciate their country. So you can feel that taranga in Senegal. I think I should, but the main people the majority people in Dakar are Wolof people, Wolof speakers. The Wolof ethnic group is the main group. But there's everybody in there. And the colonial language is French. If you're coming, you might want to, you have a whole year's time, you might want to dust up your French. Younger people tend to speak English as well, but not everybody. So I would, and we'll teach you some Wolof before you go. So you can say "Boulfale," meaning no problem. So it's very important to have a few words of Wolof, of course. Banning, do you want to dive in? Let's hold off on questions until we do our little intros, and then we'll go right to questions.
Okay. I guess I first went. I think Dakar was the first place that I went when I went on my own after the first trip with Sean to the Congos and South Africa. It was my first West African destination, 1992, and from there I went on to Mali, and later ended up living in Mali and traveling sometimes to Senegal. It's very interesting the way all the different musical and ethnic kind of strands of that part of Africa kind of intersect. And as Sean was saying, Dakar is a very cosmopolitan place, so all these things kind of come together. And yeah, it's really hard to top Dakar for just the amount of activity. Our challenge is going to be figuring out what to feature because there's just so much. As we'll be getting into it, we're also looking at going to the southern part of Senegal called Casamance. You know, if you look at the map, you have this strange historical anomaly of the country of Gambia, which is British colony was, and it controls the Gambian River. But circling around underneath, you have Casamance, which is a very different scene, and it's actually a seat of for one thing, of Mande culture, the kora, the balafon, the ngoni, the music that we all know from Mali. A lot of it originated in this area of Senegal and Guinea-Bissau, which is bordering there. And if you listen to the show much, you've probably heard the voice of Lucy Duran, who's an amazing ethnomusicologist and music producer who is extremely expert on everything in West Africa. And she says that she thinks Casamance is actually by far the most musically rich part of Senegal. So I'm really looking forward to that because I've never been there. And so we've got an embarrassment of riches. And, you know, as you know, Sean and I are going to be heading there in February. And I imagine that, you know, whatever we think is going to happen now, there'll be some changes because we haven't been there in a long time. And I'm sure we're going to discover all kinds of interesting things. And our challenge will be to roll it all together into a package that gets as much of the good stuff as possible for all you guys. If all you guys come along, it's going to be quite a scene. But we're ready. We're ready for it. And, you know, I think that's probably enough to just give you a little sense of how thrilled we are about this. And we'll take questions as they arise.
Let's let Sarah talk for a bit, just to tell us, Sarah, what your role is in this whole experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is very exciting. It's a new place for me to be working on. I've been to other places in Africa, but not to West Africa. So this is amazing. But I am on board to help with any kind of guest related question, issue, information as we go forward. I will be working with the ground operator on things like all of your flight arrivals and when people need pickups, and if people are coming in a day early and need an extra hotel. I'm happy to work with
maybe from a happy person because I remarried. So it's not just like I'm divorced and I'm not.
I think someone is unmuted.
I'm stuck there. It's my divorce story, but
Okay, this is
you get it.
Can you tell who it is?
I don't know who it is.
Take that text out. You have that plus version, right? So
How is this happening?
Somebody's having another conversation and they're not muted.
Click on that mic and say all that.
I can tell who it is.
Oh,
Yeah, author of a book.
okay. So
Need a book cover. The name of the book is da da da. It's coming from the point of view of da da da.
Mute everybody.
I'm looking to see who it is. Oh, you've muted everybody. Okay, well.
Okay, so
so sorry about that. Don't know what was going on there. But anything that I can help you know. Sheila?
Charges, the D charges.
Sheila.
The little girl's charging them.
What's going on?
Sean or Banning, mute everybody. Sean or Banning, mute
and
everybody.
now we charge you.
Oh, I can mute everybody? Maybe I can. Let's see.
Yes, you can.
When I was coming up, you asked your parents to do that.
Where do I have that control?
Where
Where do I have that control?
She found the charger and it's charging it on. Mia, okay, let it charge. Let it charge some more, okay?
This is not a person in our group.
Okay, so let me do this.
The different Zoom, lady in the red sweatshirt.
Sheila, mute your Zoom.
Sheila.
There she did.
There we go. Okay. So anything that you might need assistance with in planning and getting ready for the trip. So information on flights, I can help you book flights. We can look at flights. I can offer some advice and products for travel insurance. And I will definitely be offering packing tips and tips for being in the destination. The super practical things like what kind of plug you need, what kind of currency is used, and then a little bit of information I'm happy to offer on travel health and things like that.
Great. Sarah's great, as you know, all know who've worked with her on our Tanzania trips. So she's a key part of the team. Okay, so maybe how should we do it? If you want to ask a question, you raise a hand, then we unmute you, or how do we do this?
Okay.
Andy, can you unmute particular people?
I think people should unmute themselves when they want to ask a question.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's open the floor.
I have a question. It's Natalie. I live in Canada, so would you be able to help if I decide to join?
Sure, of course. We have people come from all the way from Europe and South America.
Canada,
Canadians
no
are
problem.
welcome.
Great, thank you.
I have a question. Sean and Banning, I know you're going to Senegal at the end of the month, and it sounds like there will be a lot to choose from. Is there any chance that the trip may become a 3-week trip, or it's set at 2 weeks?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Oh, Frank's giving a thumbs up.
We've actually been thinking about that very question.
We've been thinking about actually extending it. But would you prefer a longer trip, Marjorie?
I would. I don't know if my employer would, but I would.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I mean, maybe do it 2 weeks with an extension that's optional so that people who want to stay can, but they don't miss out on the essentials. I don't know.
Well,
Good idea.
Let's see. That's an interesting. You're kind of thinking along the lines that we were thinking, Marjorie. Let's just see a show of hands. Would people like the option of doing a 2-week trip and then having a 1-week extension? Is that something that's attractive, like we did in Tanzania?
Interest.
All right. So most people.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Can I
good to
piggyback on that? This is Lisa. Because I was wondering if you would do a Cabo Verde extension, and they have really amazing music. I went to Senegal in 2004, and the person who planned the trip, it was during Ramadan, so there was like nothing going on, and we didn't know until we got there. But we went to Cabo Verde for just like a few days, and I was wondering if you did an extension, if you would consider that.
Well, we did, in fact, in 1999.
Combined.
That same trip, Senegal with a Cabo Verde extension, and that's something that we could help organize. We ourselves probably would not lead that, but we have a great tour operator on the ground in West Africa who's going to be our partners there. And let me ask whether they plan, whether they do tour organizing for Cape Verde.
Yeah, I would say that if there was a contingent of people who wanted to have the time to go beyond and do that, we could facilitate. We probably wouldn't, as Sean says, lead it ourselves, but we could certainly provide a lot of good leads. I've been there a few times and know some people there, and it is a wonderful place, absolutely.
And it's only 300 miles from Senegal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can I ask you one more really basic question? I came in a little late. I'm in California, so I don't know if I missed this, but have you said what the cost for the trip is going to be?
No, not yet. We're still gathering cost details from Senegal, and we really won't know for sure until we go there and road test. But I would say, just to give you a
ballpark.
For a ballpark, our tours to Tanzania always were the basic tour, which is Dar es Salaam and then Zanzibar, plus a safari extension. So the basic tour based on double occupancy was $9,600 per person with a $4,300 extension on the safari. So I'm guesstimating along the same lines that a core tour price would be between $9,000 and $10,000.
Okay, thanks.
There'll be some, and if we decide to make it longer, there's still enough contingencies that we can't commit to an exact number, but we're doing our best to make it fall within range.
For instance, we have to test the hotel. We have to know that we're buying the right hotel. So we won't know that until we actually sleep there.
We're not going to have any of those hotels like the ones we used to stay in when we were doing field work.
Who else would like to ask?
So, Sean?
Cynthia.
Yeah, I was just wondering, are there going to be any major festivals there? Like we went to the Zanzibar Festival when we were in Tanzania. Are there going to be any big festivals around our visit there?
Not
Senegal?
not that we know of. We planned the tour so that it would end the day that Ramadan began. So that's the main thing, is we're avoiding Ramadan. And there are some other festivals, but frankly, it's like it's not Dakar is so wonderful and happening as it is. The idea of going to a place with swamped with Europeans is not terribly attractive. But who's for me to say?
Cynthia, there are festivals. The big one in Dakar happens later because it's been moved because of Ramadan. But I actually think it's going to be more interesting. These festivals are not as atmospheric as that one in Zanzibar. That's a very unusual festival.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually think we're going to be better off without that kind of concentration because, as Sean says, there's so much. Okay, I got a number of hands up. Ellen.
Yeah, I am really interested in that southern part and that music. And I'm wondering, I know you'll know more when you get back, but do you have a sense of how many days the trip would be, down in that area? I'm having a hard time pronouncing it. Casamance. Yes, Casamance.
Yeah.
What's your thinking at this point? Like 2 days or 5 days or
More like 5
more
days.
than 2.
More like 5 days.
Okay.
Because it takes a while to get there. In fact, what we're looking at right now is actually taking a boat from Dakar down to Casamance,
Yay!
flying back. See, there's the small problem of Gambia in the middle, which requires a visa, and we're not going to get involved with that. So
no, and the boat is well loved. It has cabins.
It looks like
and
fun.
you wake up.
Great.
You leave in the evening and sunset cruise of Dakar, and you wake up on the Casamance River. Totally romantic.
Alan.
Oh.
Alan Hyde.
Thank
go.
you.
I'm in. Yeah.
Right, Cynthia. Okay, so
there we go. I haven't been on any of these tours before. How many people have tended to go on past tours?
Anywhere.
Does the group always stay together as a group, or not?
Yeah, we stay together as a group. I anticipate around 20 people on this tour. In the past, our tours have been anywhere from 8 to 24.
And Alan, if we are in those kind of numbers, we'll probably have for the city part when we're in Dakar, we'll probably have 2 buses so that if there are late night things and some people don't want to stay up that late, there'll be a way to get back. And there are various, when the larger the number you get, the more there may be some diversity of what people want to do, and we'll do our best to accommodate that. But we found, particularly on the Tanzania tour that I was on 2 years ago, was really great solidarity that formed within the group. So hopefully we will aspire to that too.
And many of the people you see on this screen have become friends for life. There really is a friend. Dave is nodding. people become friends for life, and it's a beautiful thing, really.
Sarah, you have a question.
Yeah, just maybe you don't know this now, but exactly how much moving around is there going to be? We'll be in Dakar, we'll be in the south, but is is are we going to be in a place for a week and then another place for a week and then do day trips, or are we going to have a series of different hotels?
We'll be pretty well situated in Dakar for the first week.
One hotel.
Yeah, one hotel, uh, and then we'll if we do this Casamance trip, it'll be on the boat, and then we'll be on the road a bit in Casamance. And I knew you were concerned about the roads. The roads are pretty good there, apparently, but it's it's the back country, so um, we'll know more when I can tell you more when we get back.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, we'll have a better sense of it. But I mean, Sean, but when we were talking to Andrea the other day, how many different locations were we thinking of in Casamance?
Two.
Right. Okay, so there'd be two hotels there.
Yeah. One, the Grand Dame of Ziguinchor, which is the capital of Casamance, whose name I can't pronounce. And then hopefully a river lodge right on the Casamance River, which is apparently beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Susie, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask a question. I was going to make a suggestion. When I was there 5 years ago, Youssef N'Dour was playing, but he played at 2 a.m, so I missed that. But there are really great museums in Dakar, and there's this giant museum called, I think it's called the Museum of Black Civilizations. Yes. And when I was there, it had just opened up, so it didn't have a lot of collections. But I imagine by now it will be really an exciting place to visit. And there's a lot of other museums and galleries in Dakar.
Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely
on the list.
Definitely that museum is on our list for the first day, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll look into others. Okay, let's see. Sam.
Easy question. Can you accommodate vegetarian on the trip?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, we've dealt with that, and it's inevitable. Yes, absolutely.
They won't understand you, but they can accommodate you.
They might understand more in Dakar than they did in Tanzania. Let's see, Jenny.
Try audio.
Yeah, one of the things. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things I really liked about the structure of the Tanzania tour was that all of our meals were together, and included. Are you planning on that same kind of structure this time?
Yeah, all the meals are included. And I've told our partners in Senegal who are organizing hotels and restaurants and so on that we want to go to the best restaurants where local cuisine is served. We don't want to eat at steaks at 5-star hotels. We want to go to where local people eat.
Awesome.
The food is great.
Food is legendary.
Thanks.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to, by the way, just acknowledge Sheila for a second. Sheila Walker, our friend and filmmaker, went on our very first tour to Afropop tour to Senegal in 1997 and brought her mother with her. So maybe Sheila, you want to say a few words about your experience in Senegal?
Yeah. First of all, it was a great experience. I'm glad I went. My mother enjoyed it also. And it was nice to see musicians in different venues, in clubs. I remember some came to us. We didn't go to them. I think it would be great to go to Casamance to see a whole different kind of environment, different folks, different kinds of music, for example. So I think it sounds great, particularly with the idea of an extension to Cape Verde, because that's
we'll
I
take
love
that
that.
under advisement.
We'll see if
Yeah,
we can
it's
organize that. Would you like a yacht or would you like a jet?
well, let me see. I could I bring it home with me?
No.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
think water
the
would be
boat would be good
great.
because you want to do some island hopping once you get to Cape Verde, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I like the idea of the variety that you're thinking of.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
That's why when I heard Lucy Duran's review of Casamance, I was like, we must do that. That's
Yeah.
it's
She
really
comes
interesting
highly, highly respected. And
and very different than what we'll find in the
so it's
oh yeah.
like, by the way, in Casamance, we have an amazing uh, uh, local cultural expert there who we're working with on the Casamance program, who knows all the musicians, who's
lived there 25 years, didn't
lived
he
there
say?
25 years, and he's going to take us to the villages to see that. I told him we don't want to go have them come to the hotel. We want to go to the village and see the music at the village level. And he said, okay, there's Jola people, there's Malinke people, and they're 50% Christian, 50% Muslim, and 100% animist.
All right.
So
Oh,
they're pre-Islamic in their religion. I mean, it's like a lot of places. You're both Muslim and you're animist. You're both Catholic and you're Vodou. You know,
Yeah.
it's much more inclusive than the exclusionary way sometimes that the West deals with religion. Um,
Senegal is a very interesting take on Islam, actually, because it's a place where a lot of these Sufi brotherhoods took root. There are these traditions like Tijaniya, and there's a city called Tuba outside of Dakar where this group called the Murids are, and that's one of these large Sufi. It's a very Africanized form of Islam. It's quite interesting, and within that, there's a smaller brotherhood called the Baifal. If you know the artist Sheikh Lo, he's
uh-huh.
even Yusu is I think he considers himself a Baifal, and he doesn't have the dreadlocks, but he does constantly sing about their saints and their cultural figures. That's a really interesting phenomenon that we will. I don't think we'll go to Tuba. What we hear is that it's become very touristic, but sort of like an African version of going to Mecca. But I think we have other things that'll be more compelling. But we'll certainly learn more. I'm in touch with Sheikh Lo, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to do something with him. He's a marvelous fellow and incredible musician. Gary has a question.
Oh, it's Kath.
Kath, okay.
Hi. Um, what about flights? I was thinking maybe I think last time we went through Belgium on one of the flights to Africa with you guys. So I was wondering if it might be possible to go through Paris and we could go early and check out the interesting Senegalese scene there on the way.
Good, but there are, fortunately, Delta and Virgin Atlantic fly direct to Dakar,
Yeah.
JFK to Dakar. It's
Oh,
a 7-hour trip. We're paying $1,100, and coach.
But
and,
anything's possible, right,
but
Sarah?
you could go through Paris and make us, have that experience along the way if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank.
So,
Sarah's
can you
your
hear me okay?
person for sorting
Yes.
that out. Anyone
Yeah.
who wishes to. Yeah, we had all kinds of different routes.
Hold on a second, Danny. Frank has a question.
Go ahead, Frank. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there an opportunity for musicians in the group to sit with someone and play a little bit? And
Oh, I hope so.
because I was in Cuba during the Obama window, and was in Trinidad and at a little cafe off the square. And my wife said, my husband plays the trez. And the guy's like, here you go. So I got to play with the quartetto and took a lesson with him. So I would be interested in anything like that, some after hours kind of
Well, that's good to know.
stuff. I don't know how many other musicians are on the group, but
I think it's very. I think people are open to collaborators, visitors, and I think if you wanted a lesson in Senegal guitar style, whatever, we could
yeah.
we
I'll
could
bet
find
that
somebody for you.
my guess is that that will be particularly the case in Casamance in these more rural settings, but we'll
Great.
see. We'll see. That's a good thing.
Well, that's true. I actually got a Unanga lesson in Uganda from a
Excellent.
guy that was making them.
I relate to this approach very much.
Yeah.
Sam. Sam has a question.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a bunch of for those of you who weren't on the Tanzania trip or recently with these guys, we did go 2 years ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it was great. It was like more stuff than you can possibly consume culturally, musically, etc. So it was really great. And I'm wondering about that. Like, can you share with us? I think you're probably planning to do this. You did that last time. Share with us like some links to the right music, artists and
Sure.
what the Casamance and Dakar.
All
I
that
mean, obviously we know the big actors, Baba Mal and Sunadur, but maybe others.
Yes, we will
Be
definitely
happy
do
to.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely, and particularly after we return and we have a better sense of who we're going to get to hook up
Right,
with. But
right.
yes, we will certainly be providing playlists and YouTube playlists and all of that. Definitely. TM.
Hey, um, the only Afropop trip I was on was a more recent Tanzania one,
Mhm.
and it was just absolutely wonderful. It's so well planned out, and I know it's a whole year away, but I'm still going to repeat my suggestion from the last trip.
Which is?
There's at least one person from California here, so you arrive rather jet lagged. So I like the idea of maybe I should just show up a day earlier, which
Well,
is
that is a good thing to do. Some people did that.
that's actually never even really occurred to me that I could just hang out on the beach for a day.
That's a good thing. I think we should definitely arrange so that people who do that will at least be met by somebody. It may or may not be us at that point, but that's a really good idea. It's a good thing to
Yeah.
rest.
And the hotel that we're considering for Dakar is wonderful. It's got a pool. It faces the ocean, and I think it's like a 5-minute walk to the beach. I don't know what the water quality is like there, but I think it's okay to swim. So we'll let you know more about it once we
But
come
that's a
back.
good thing to keep in mind, TM. We will definitely do that, make that option available to people, because it is a great idea to arrive a day early.
Yeah.
And also, if depending on we're still sort of playing with this idea of how long to have it be, but one scenario we're looking at would have us arriving on a Wednesday, so there'd be some time to gather oneself before the craziness of the weekend begins. But anyway, we'll keep you posted on that.
Anybody
Margie.
else?
Yes, I have another question. The last time when we were in Tanzania 2 years ago, we had to tip separately, and I think there was a suggestion that future trips would be all inclusive so that we don't tip separately. So I know we're not going to hold you to that number, Sean, with respect to what you think the cost might be. Did that number include the tips?
Oh yeah, for sure. We made a change on that, Marjorie. It was rather awkward always having to gather
I was the one who always
money
had to
from.
collect the money.
Now inclusive in the price is tips for guides and drivers. What you pay to the bellman is up to you. I mean,
But
you
the
can do
ones
that.
the tips that are expected for the last
It's actually about $500 per person is what the tip package comes up to, and that will be included in the cost of the tour.
You won't have to worry
Okay.
about that day by day
Yeah.
like we did
All
that
right.
one time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Frank.
Frank, I think you're muted.
Frank, I think you're muted.
There's a question maybe for Sarah. What's the lead time for a visa to Senegal?
Good
There's
news.
no visa for Senegal.
I was hoping that was the case.
Well, at
Nice.
least as of today. We don't
As
know
of
what's going to
now,
happen
right?
over
Who
the next
knows?
year, but
And do you know what about the Gambia?
There is a visa
We're
there,
not going
yes.
to the Gambia.
but we're not
I have
going.
a good friend that lives there, so I may peel
You may
off at
want
the end.
for
Yeah.
that you do need a visa.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Frank, most of them now are e-visas, so the
Okay.
application is online, and once you have everything uploaded and completed and paid, you typically get the electronic visa within like 7 days. It's very quick.
Great. And are they having the trouble with the fake websites still? Like Kenya had a huge problem with that with their visas.
Yeah, it's always you have to be careful that you're getting the actual government website, and I can definitely help you with that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
One thing I will mention, just so you know, we've already, I think, alluded to this, but the nightlife scene it's a pretty late scene in Dakar. So, well, we're going to adjust our schedule, so we probably won't do much by way of programs in the morning. People can sleep in. We'll do our activities in the afternoon. Sometimes during the week, we'll actually have some morning activities, but you have to arrive late to catch the music, and then, like Banny said, we'll probably have two buses so that those that want to leave earlier than others can leave, and those that want to really burn the midnight oil can stay.
Yeah, the late night scene is very exciting for those who have the stamina. I mean, one of the things we're going to be doing this time is trying to see how much we might be able to arrange to have access to nighttime music earlier or even during the day. So we're certainly aware of the cultural issue there. I mean, even in New York, we went to Senegalese independence at the Palladium in New York a few months ago, and it didn't start till midnight, so it's just kind of a cultural thing. Sarah, you have a question.
Yeah, what's the weather going to be like? Well, during this time we'll be there.
Kind of Mediterranean.
It's the Harmattan time, so it's not super hot. It should be. Yeah, it won't be crazy hot. The real heat starts to hit in like particularly April and May. So I think it's actually a very nice time to go in terms of temperature.
Yeah,
it's not going to be cold, but it won't be crazy hot either. I don't. That would be abnormal.
Is it more like our fall or spring, or who's our? Right. There's a bunch of people from all over the world here, but it's not summer.
No,
Are we talking like 60s in the 60s kind of thing?
More or less,
Maybe
60s, 70s.
Maybe
Maybe more like 70s.
Weather in Dakar.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's mild. It's not oppressively hot.
Right now,
like Dar es Salaam can get really hot.
It's 67 degrees in Dakar. If I look at the week coming up, it's all in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, low 60s into the mid 70s. Not bad.
Nice.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question related to the places we're eating. Is there an opportunity, since we're going to smaller, probably family-owned places, to actually learn how to cook and observe at least what they're preparing and how to do that?
Good question. I think we're going to arrange for a cooking lesson.
All right.
Where
Great.
people will help chop the food, and we did that in Tanzania. We went to a spice farm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we'll find some cooking happening experience.
Yeah, we've requested that, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a way to do that. And of course, Senegal has very famous cuisine because, you can sort of make a distinction between the African countries that were colonized by the British and the French. And as you can imagine, the ones that were colonized by the French tend to have a lot better food because because there was this kind of merger of local cooking with French,
Cuisine.
je ne sais quoi, and yeah.
Yeah.
Very famous dishes in Senegal, which we will certainly be eating and maybe learning how to cook. Why not?
Oh,
Jollof rice. There's a big competition that happens between West African countries as to who makes the best jollof rice. It becomes quite emotional.
the Nigerians claim to be, of course, the best.
Everyone claims to be the best. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
Only the Yoruba say that.
Yeah. By the way, if you're a New Yorker or you know a New Yorker, I know Sarah and I think Joan are coming. We're having a Senegal dinner party for people interested in the tour on Saturday, January 17th. That would be this Saturday, I guess.
Yep.
At a restaurant in Harlem. It's a great Senegalese restaurant, all local people. And that's at 7 o'clock. And then we're going to go to this great nightclub called Shrine.
Right next door.
The best African nightclub in New York City, right next door. So it's going to be eating, partying, dancing. You got it.
That's a nice little...
If you need the information, just email me, Sean at afropop.org.
Yeah. It's there.
Well, have we exhausted all the questions for the moment? Of course, you're going to have more questions, and we'll after we get back, I'm sure we'll do another Zoom and have more details by then.
Yeah.
Sort of a fundamental question. When are you looking for the first deposit on all this stuff? Do you know?
Well, what we're saying to people is actually what we would like is by the end of the month, because we have to pay for this very expensive research trip. So it's $13,000 to do this research trip. Not to reveal our business too much, but that's the way it is. And so
but that's not an absolute deadline. I mean, there will be,
No, that's not. But I'm just saying it's
a good, nice to have. There'll be. I mean, I guess at some point, given the amount of interest we have already, there may have to be an upward limit on how many people we can take. But at the moment, there are plenty of places available. So,
well, about half are sold. There's just so you know, it's first come, first served.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to put any pressure on anybody.
And what is the deposit? What is the deposit at the moment?
$1,600 per person.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay. So are you saying 10 people have given you a deposit and there's only 10 spots left for the trip?
No.
Well, 10 people have told us they're coming. They maybe not have given their deposit yet, but we're holding them to their word.
And I'm not sure that 20 is an absolute upward limit either. We don't really know what that absolute upward limit is, but it would.
I think we had 24 maybe on my Tanzania trip.
That might be
24 in Tanzania, and it worked fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a jolly group.
Would you consider 2 trips if you get upward of 24?
You crazy?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Just live there for a few months, you guys.
I'll take that.
Take a week between, go to the beach.
Yeah, we could live there year round, do trips constantly. Yeah, why not?
So we should reach out to Lynn to do the deposit. Is that correct?
That's right.
Are you gonna post a link for credit card payments or?
What I should do is put you in direct contact with Lynn, and she can tell you all the particulars.
Okay.
Can you put her info in the chat or something?
Okay.
Lynn, Lynn's address? Email?
Uh-huh.
Banny, can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
It's just Lynn, LYNN at afropop.org. And she's our finance director, and she handles all the payment schedules and everything like that.
Okay. She could send us a link, Sean? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, she will definitely help you out.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
I have a question. If you want the deposit by the end of the month, do you have an idea what the schedule will be to pay for the balance of the rest of the trip, especially since you're not sure what the cost is yet?
It'll probably be I mean, this is just the, the sketch, but it'd probably be the first. We usually do 3 tranches, a third, a third, a third.
Mhm.
And the first tranche is, let's say, by the end of March, most likely. The second tranche by the end of June, and the third tranche by the, end of September, beginning of October, something like that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
And this is exclusive of airfare, yes?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's up to you. If you, we're not going to pay for your first class accommodations.
On the airplane. Well, and of course, people are going to take different routes and come from different places.
But there are good deals. Like I was saying, and we got a direct flight from JFK to Dakar for $1,100. So it's and there's even better deals.
Yes,
If you
on
really hunt around.
some funky airlines, but that's what airline is that we're flying, Sean?
It's Delta.
Delta, good, yeah.
Okay.
Good old Delta.
Yeah.
Is there any other, if there's anything else you forgot to ask or would like to know, we can always just email me directly, Sean@afropop.org. And then we have Sarah, of course, who's on our, Sarah, are you on, you're on the Senegal promo piece, right? Your name and your phone and your email address.
Yep, I just put my email in the chat as well.
Okay. And then, like I say, Lynn is handling finance. So between the 3 of us, we should be able to answer your questions.
Let's see for email.
Are you going to send out like a follow-up thing to everyone who is here today, or do we just have to watch the newsletter for information?
A follow-up, meaning like a report of what we talked about, or
like, hey, it's time to register, it's time to pay, this is what you do.
Yeah, that will.
That's a good idea.
I'm
that.
sure that between we'll talk to Lynn about that. But no, you won't have to rely on the newsletter for that. We'll be talking to you directly.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And this also is being recorded. If you know anyone who's going to be interested, but who didn't make the call, we can send them a link to the recording.
Yeah. Gareth, we haven't heard from you.
No. One thing. Anybody that wants to travel via Europe, they might want to be in touch with me and coordinate arrangements.
Good.
And one other thing is that I've heard about St. Louis and I know nothing about it. Is that something in your thinking?
No, it's the old colonial, one of the old colonial cities. Beautiful architecture.
They have a nice jazz festival.
Musically, not all that interesting, except there's a jazz festival. But I don't know, going all the way to Africa for a jazz festival doesn't seem to be.
We thought about St. Louis and we talked about some northern places, but ultimately we took Lucy Duran's advice that Casamance was the ticket for if you were going to get out to far.
Saint Louis is for Catholics. Casamance is for animists.
It's a very nice jazz festival, though. I know lots of people who've played there, and but I think that happens in the spring.
Yeah. And if you think of friends who might be really jazzed about the tour, please let them know.
It's already too popular.
Well, this is a great kickoff. Much more to come, and as I say, we'll set up another Zoom when we get back, and have lots more details.
Yeah, great.
Safe travels, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good
night,
night.
everybody. Thanks for
Good exploration.
Thank
Great
you.
to see everybody.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
New Year. Okay. Very good. Very good. We'll see you, Sarah.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.